Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexi Otts here. It's Thursday Think Tank. This morning, I've come up with an idea to talk about something everybody wants to talk about. I'm not totally talking about this seriously today, guys, just so y'all know. I'm talking about it just to talk about it because apparently Raptors fans want this to happen. A certain segment of us that really love LeBron really want the Raptors to get Bronny, so that it's enticing for LeBron to come to Toronto. Some of them are saying they want LeBronto to happen here with LeBron on Toronto. In some ways, that would heal things a little bit. I could see the positives of having LeBron on your team, sure. But in some ways, is it the right time schedule? Is this a good idea? Do we have something already going on? And do we really need to muck it up with the presence of LeBron James? If there's anything I've learned from the last few years of the Lakers, LeBron James does not add up to winning necessarily. And also, the other thing I've realized is he can be a whole circus and a distraction for a team in certain ways. You know, it would be maybe interesting for uh, Scotty to play next to LeBron just for, fun. I don't know, learning. I don't know whether it'd be good or not for him to be around our team. Ultimately, the people that know the best are Masai Ujiri and Bobby Webster and Teresa Resch and Dan Gladman and all those guys. But we'll have to see what is decided. I think this is a long shot. There's a list. Everybody, of course, is envisioning this all across the league. Every single team is thinking about this. Every single team's probably thinking, what if we get Bronny? It's such a weird situation. In some ways, it's kind of like in a card game where there's a certain card that's worth something weird, but it's not like a powerful card. It's just kind of a weird card. You could be playing a card game and like, oh, there's the Queen of Spades and Hearts or something like that. It's like Bronny's going to be on the draft board probably for most of the whole draft, but he could be like somebody that, oh, are you going to reach for him now? Are you going to go get him now? It's a little early in the draft. Well, you going to get Bronny in the first round just because you think LeBron's going to come play with him? I don't know. See, that's what I'm wondering. It's almost like a draft chicken game. Bronny James. It's like a draft chicken game. Oh, you gonna go? You gonna drive off the road before I hit you? Oh, we're playing chicken. How long you gonna wait? How long will Bronny stay on there? Will he even get drafted? It's so crazy. I think he will stay in the draft. It seems like in the last couple days since LeBron got exited from the playoffs, that the noise from the LeBron James and Bronny James camp is saying that Bronny is going to stick to being in the draft, even though there's a lot of bad media about him and how good he is and whether he should play in the NBA. It's such a weird situation. I don't think there's ever been something like this has ever happened, not only in the NBA, but in most major sports. I don't think there has been this father son deal, this strange, like, I said, I'll do this if you draft my son kind of thing. In some ways, LeBron is like strong arming people to get his son in the NBA. He's using himself as the bait. It's almost like here's a trap. I'm laying here on the ground. I'm LeBron. Yeah, come and get me. But my son's coming to play for you too. I got to make sure he gets NBA minutes. So I'm going to use myself as the stake, as the bait. It's crazy situation. All right, it is today is the call-in show. So if you call me, I'll put you on speakerphone live on my show today. So 3 calls will get through today. If you like calling whenever, you can call. You can interrupt me at any point with whatever I'm saying. I'll take your call. 3 calls for the day. The number is up on the Facebook chat for the Facebook members and also for the channel members on this channel in the community tab. Just look for Mr. Masai Ujiri holding the phone to his head. You can find the number for this channel there. So everyone who's a member, who's got the access to the emoticons can call me. If you have my number anyway, like Superfan Monique Lawrence does, you can call me also. So anybody who's got access to my phone number wants to be on the show today, please call in. And we will have a discussion about LeBron and Bronny on the Raptors. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah, let's think about that. Let's think about the good, the bad, and the ugly about Bron and Bronny. Yeah, on the Raptors. All right, let's get in the chat. Trevor J's here. Good morning, Raptors family. You are alive to see another day, so do not take it for granted. So many people didn't get to see this day. Be thankful because you got a chance to see it. Wow. Powerful. Powerful. This is true. Every single day, just be glad you woke up and your eyes opened again. That's what Trevor tells us all the time. And I feel it. I feel it. I really do. I see outside the beautiful nature outside the window instead of the city, which is what I'm used to downtown. It is the city. But now I see the beautiful nature. And it really reinforces what Trevor just said to us. Just be glad that you're a part of life right now. Let's go ahead and do the Cosmic Card of the Day real quick. Whoa. Commissioner of Fun, Trevor J, has commissioned fun things to do on this channel, and one of them is to do a classic Cosmic Card of the Day, where I select one classic card from the back of the day. You got to identify who it is on the card. I want to try and get somebody who's not been gotten. I've been getting a couple of duplicates lately. All right, here's a good one. Let's do this. We'll do this one today. We'll see if people remember who this guy is. All right, full name. Don't half-ass me. You got to give me the first and last name, and whoever writes it in first gets 100 points added. Yesterday, Bryce Lawson getting the classic Cosmic Card of the Day. Let's see who gets it today. All right, this one is maybe simple. We'll have to see. All right, ooh, who is that? Can anybody see who that is? Do I need to get it up close? I think I do. All right, don't half-ass me. It's the guy in the white jersey, not one of the Phoenix Suns. Do you know who that is? What team is that? Can you tell? Oh, the team's up in the corner. I can tell you right there. Yeah, thank you for not making a LeBron emoji, Tom. Thank you for that, please. Yeah, this is kind of a jokey Thursday think tank. It's just in vogue. In some ways, I want to make fun of the people who are all about this idea. Yeah, I'm with you, Tom, on that. I'm with you. That's a good rule for you, producer. Good rule right there. Mitchell Gilchrist? No. Mike got it. It's right. It's Kemba Walker, guys. Have y'all forgotten Kemba Walker so soon because he has gone to Europe? Good job, Logical Raptors fanatic, scooping up the classic card of the day. Yeah, Kobe Bryant? No, that's not Kobe Bryant. Duh. No, that's Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker, great point guard for the Celtics for a while, but then Nick Nurse broke him. That's what they always say. Nick Nurse destroyed Kemba Walker's career, and then he went to the Hornets on this card here, and then he's in Europe now, guys. He's not even in the NBA at this point. A lot of people wonder about that. During a 6-game stretch between January 3rd and 14th in 2015, no one in the NBA was better than Kemba Walker. Helping the Hornets go 5-1, the guard scored at least 28 points in each game for an average of 29.8 per contest. There you go. Kemba Walker. Good job, Mike. Getting the classic card of the day. Kemba. Yes, good job. Good job. All right, let's go back into the top of the comments. Trevor saying, last chance for James Harden and the Clippers. They got smoked last night. I don't know whether they're better with Kawhi or not better with Kawhi. I don't know. In the games that Kawhi played before, they lost. The games that he didn't play before, they won. Then Kawhi didn't play last night, and then they lost. I don't know what's going on. James Harden, man, wake up. Wake up. Fred VanVleet, propagandist this morning on Twitter, going on to Houston fans saying, y'all wanted James Harden over Fred. Some of y'all wanted that. Look at what James Harden did for the Clippers last night. It was garbage. We had the classic James does not show up in the playoffs to help his team when they need him the most moment last night. Seriously, that's what James Harden's known for, just like Doc Rivers. At some point in the playoffs, he's going to disappear. Look how white I am. Oh, my gosh, the sun got me right in the face. But I'm just saying, James Harden had one of those games where he just disappears and doesn't show up for his team. It's too bad. I was really rooting for the Clippers last night. But, man, maybe they are in trouble. Maybe the Mavericks are better than I think they are. I'm starting to think that. Because I always think the Mavericks are a pretender team in the playoffs. You know, I just feel like they just don't have a full team. They have 2 really awesome point guards. But really after that, it's like they have holes in their team in different places. I do always forget about Dwight Powell, though. Of course, Team Canada's unsung hero that we keep forgetting about for the summer. He's going to be out there for Team Canada this summer, and he is amazing on defense. In some ways, Dwight Powell was a low-key MVP for Team Canada at FIBA last year. And we always forget about him in the mix. We talk about Dylan Brooks. We talk about SGA. We talk about RJ and Kelly. We never talk about Dwight Powell. He's something else. No, I know he's not playing as much for the Mavericks at this point. But yeah, he's still somebody who's very crucial and good for them. The upgrades with Washington and Gafford are helping for sure. So good job, Mavericks, winning a pivotal game 5 last night over the Clippers. Of course, the Celtics closing out the Heat last night. We knew that was going to happen. They did it in a major way, too. They did it in a way that's kind of embarrassing, honestly. But then again, the Miami Heat missing a lot of key players. And yeah, they were going to lose at some point. I'm glad they got one, at least. I'm glad they got one. They slowed them down a little bit. Now the Celtics will wait for the winner of the Cleveland Orlando series. And, hopefully I think I want it to be Orlando. I really do. Get Cleveland out of there. Get Cleveland, those pretenders. That's right. Trevor's saying also MLSC is seeking money for fire damages. Yeah, we'll talk about this tomorrow, Trevor. I don't want to talk about all the topics. I have to get content. So tomorrow's subject will be on that subject right there. So yeah, Friday Freakout. Fire. That will be the show tomorrow. David's saying, I'll say no to LeBron just as hard as he'll say no to Toronto. Now, see, that's ambiguous, though, David. I don't know if LeBron would say no to us. If we were the ones, listen, I'm going to say this right now. There's a lot of arrogant people down south that will probably think exactly what you're saying, but I don't think it's true. I really don't think it's true. It's a weird situation. LeBron actually really loves Toronto in a lot of ways. He loves the city. He loves the culture. He loves the people. He has nothing but love for us. In fact, he said that the last time the Lakers came through town. He said, Toronto, y'all have always been so good to me. I love y'all. We have a bunch of built-in LeBron sexuals, as y'all call them sometimes. And they come to the games when he comes. He gets the love. So he knows the love is here in the city. He loves Yorkville. He loves Carabana. He loves certain things about Toronto. He loves Drake. And this is the thing. If Masai said, I am going to get Bronny, LeBron, and he says, all right, I'm coming then. He probably would come here because, first of all, I know that LeBron respects Masai Ujiri. In some ways, he might respect Masai Ujiri more than he respects Rob Pelinka. So it's an interesting situation. I don't want this to happen. I'm definitely with you. I really don't want the James gang on our team. But it's an interesting thought exercise. And that's really what the stream is all about today. Now, you're asking, would he even say yes to us? I think he would because he likes Toronto. He knows that in some ways, if he's able to come here on the cheap with Bronny, with the existing team that's here, he may have a shot at doing some special things. You know, some people say, you're crazy, Lex. The Raptors are nowhere near ready to compete. Well, I don't know. If LeBron's added to the mix, maybe there's a chance. I don't know. Probably not. In some ways, the NBA of today it all has to fit and make sense seamlessly. It's like craftsmanship of your roster is more important than just adding superstars with no thought in it. You know, in some ways, you really need to craft the parts on your team and how they work together like clockwork, like a clock would with the gears all fitting in the right places and they line up the right ways. In some ways, that's the folly of a lot of the NBA teams these days, is they just add a bunch of superstars and add water and instant wins. No, that's not how it works anymore. You really do have to put some GM work into things and think about the players you're adding together and how they fit with each other. And in some ways, that's a strike against getting the James gang here. Because I don't know how LeBron fits with our crew, especially with Scotty. Once again, I would say this. We've got Scotty Barnes. We don't need LeBron James fans. Why don't you transfer all your love for LeBron to Scott and just go in that direction? Scotty FC, you guys are awesome. Just get more into Scott, guys, and forget about LeBron. That's what I would say. Now, does anybody have an opinion they want to espouse on this channel? You call me right now. Then you can get on the show. I'll put you on the air. Then you tell me what you think about LeBron James and Bronny James coming to Toronto next season, possibly. I say no go myself, and so does David Saborin. But I know some of y'all may be all about it. All right, we got a good call today. Let's see who this is. Hang on, guys. Let me get this. We got the call. I'm going to put it on the speaker. Guys, this is Mike, Logical Raptors Fanatic, on the phone. I have your number, Mike, so go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, guys. What's up? Salute to the Raptors Freak family.
Project Truth always, Mike. It's great to hear your voice, man. I haven't heard it on your content in a while, and, man, it's so good to hear your voice, my guy.
Yeah, just chilling, listening to your talk here.
Yeah, what do you think?
I just wanted to talk on Salute to everyone in chat. Yeah. Like the Braun thing is a little bit more complicated, like contractually, like from salary cap wise, than people are talking, because the like the union, so the players association, the union, if the Lakers offer him that deal that he wants, like 50 mil per year, pretty much that crazy number for 3 years, if they offer that deal, he can't say no to that and take like a $6 million vet minimum somewhere else. The Players Association will say, no, your value is up here, so you have to sign for a certain amount. We won't approve that contract, that cheaper contract. They won't approve it.
Interesting.
It's way, like, the way it's gauged, they want players to sign for more, because the way that money is made, they compare other players to other players.
Right.
So you always want your best players to be making the most money. So that's how the system continuously, how the money tracks upward.
This
right?
totally makes sense. It's kind of like what you're saying would be like LeBron scabbing his union if he goes and he takes like a $6 million contract instead of taking his full worth. It's like being a scab almost, like to the union, I would say. Like that.
Yeah, it's a lot to do with that, especially how they calculate worth in contracts, in negotiations for other players. Like Braun taking less money will affect other players.
Right. And he can do it because he's got all the money in the world, but he could really hurt some guys who haven't made their money yet, right?
Yeah.
Now, so what you're saying, Mike, it sounds like the Lakers kind of control this situation then.
Kind of, yeah. Like, well, it depends. Like, there's a lot of things that go into, especially a big name, and what things they can sign for and whatnot, depending, because the league's so invested within LeBron.
Yes.
And all that kind of stuff. It's hard to say what the player union would actually allow him to do, but it's a lot more complicated than people think it, than just drafting Bronny and then
boom, you get him.
Gonna come and be able to sign for whatever, and like which is pretty much nothing, right?
Right. So is he? I don't know for sure. Is he technically an unrestricted free agent or a restricted free agent?
He has a player option, so he can decline the player option and enter free agency.
Okay.
But the team would need to be under the cap a certain amount to get it the number enough to where the union would say, okay, we accept this number based on your league value, because there are no other teams willing to give you a higher amount.
Right. So would it be that there's certain teams, like possibly the Raptors, because they have a certain cap space, that may be more realistic to get LeBron if they got Bronny because they have a little bit more money to spend than the veteran minimum?
That part could play into it, yeah. There's possibility where you could unload a guy or maybe two and clear up some cap space. But to compete with that 50 the $50 million amount, it's going to be tough. It depends what the Lakers want to offer him. He's asking for the pretty much highest max.
Right.
I don't think it's a super max, but I don't know. It's hard to say what he really wants, right?
Yeah, like what is his priority? It's not the money. I'll bet you it is getting Bronny in the league.
See, yeah, that's where you have to ask LeBron what his priority is at this point, because they would allow him to take a minor pay cut, but they wouldn't allow him to go like $6 million. You know what I mean? It wouldn't make any sense.
So in some ways, the Lakers are set up in the best case because of like certain things to have this happen. Like, do you think any team will try and get Bronny just to try and test this and see if LeBron would jump to their team? Or do you think most GMs are smart and not like common fans that are just like, oh, I'm dreaming of LeBron on my team so it can happen? Most GMs just say, no, this is not even possible. Why are y'all talking about this? Does it seem like that may be true?
Well, I think it's hard to say when you're rebuilding a culture like we are in this point. Like I was listening to the way Casey rebuilt the culture. He was talking to Will Liu on the Raptor show or something.
Right.
He was talking about Pound the Rock era where they had the Rock there, and it's like a symbolism of like pounding the hammer on the rock and chipping it down one day at a time.
It'll break one day. Yeah.
And it's based on these like rock solid principles of, he said his way was, you don't get to play unless you play defense. So like guys can't get their number and like get their numbers and pretty much get out of Toronto without playing defense, right? You have to buy into the defense. You have to be on assignments and stuff, and that started to get more buy-in from everyone once the wins started coming from at least mediocre defense, but obviously the offense caught up. That's how
the culture built.
Whatnot, right?
Yeah. I mean, listen, I think that it would be more toxic than good if you brought in the James gang into Toronto. I don't think that the benefits would be the way that people think they would be. I think that it would be more of a circus, more of a distraction. In some ways, there may be weird undue pressure on the coach to play Bronny because LeBron is there. You know, I can only think about all this stuff. So.
Yeah, how do you keep that group accountable was my point I was coming to.
Exactly. Like, that totally makes sense what you're saying.
Install these hardcore rules like you have to pass.
Yeah.
You have to play defense.
Right.
And they don't do it. What is the coach supposed to kind of do now?
How do you punish Bronny when LeBron's sitting over there and you know you're gonna make him mad?
So that's a really tricky situation that I wouldn't want to be involved in, right?
Yeah. All right. Well,
parents have their love involved.
Exactly. And they had the blind devotion, and they just like, my kid's perfect. What are you talking about? No, your kid has caused 4 turnovers in less than a quarter, LeBron. Mike, go ahead.
The Lakers are having issues right now with like Darvin Ham finds it hard to discipline probably.
Accountability. He can't have it. Because that's been the biggest problem around players like James Harden and LeBron James, different people. Accountability is hard to have with those certain level of superstars at a certain point. It's crazy.
Yeah, just because the power, the position, right, the money, they have more power than the coach. It's easier to replace a coach, but replacing the coach becomes less effective each time you do it, right?
Right.
You have to kind of pick and choose your moments. If you keep just funneling through coaches, no real coach is going to want to go there knowing he's going to get recycled in 2 years. And
exactly.
Have that, like, kind of stain on his career from a lot
and the players get used to. They get used to a carousel and they stop respecting each one less and less as they more and more come through. It's like, okay, you're just the newest guy. And like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, this is just the newest guy. And they'll be comparing each one to each other over time as far as like, oh, I wish we just still had Coach Bud. It was so much better when we had Coach Bud kind of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. I heard Lakers fans saying they rather had Vogel over Ham. So there's a lot of difference.
That's funny because they hated Vogel at the end near then. It's like they're going to change. Man, don't listen to Lakers fans for how the coach should be. That's for sure. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Mike, man, this has been a really good call, man. I really appreciate you illuminating a situation with LeBron's contract that we, need to realistically think about when we're doing this thought exercise today. Yeah. I think from what you're saying, I'll bet most GMs are like, yeah, y'all are crazy. We live on the moon. We understand what it's like living on the moon as an NBA GM. And fans that just want LeBron, just like because you think it's a dream, y'all are being unrealistic about this and what would happen. And I think the players union thing that you brought up is a huge point. That they don't want LeBron going for a veteran minimum for $6 million a year when he should be earning like $50 million a year, and that hurts everybody else's contracts. That's a huge point, Mike, and I really appreciate you coming at me logically once again with Project Truth, my guy.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll let you do your thing.
Mike, As always, dude, I look forward to me possibly you doing some content again this summer. But either way, your presence back in this channel is so celebrated, and I really do appreciate you so much, Mike. Bless you, Mike. Bless you.
All right, see you, buddy.
All right, my guy. All right, let's go, Raptors.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, cool, man. We got Mike on the phone today, guys. Logical Raptors fanatic breaking down some facts for us real quick about the LeBron contract situation, how the players union ain't about him going for nothing somewhere else just because his son gets picked up there. So this may rain on a couple of people's dreams of LeBron coming to their team. But yeah, it's crazy. When doing the research for the stream yesterday, I saw a graphic online of pretty much every single NBA team with LeBron and Bronny in their jerseys. So this is a very common thing that's going on across the league. It's not just these Raptors fans up here that want to see LeBronto in LeBronto in Toronto. It's people in OKC. It's people in Atlanta. It's people in Orlando. It's people in Miami. It's all across the whole entire NBA. People are doing this thought exercise that we're doing today on the Thursday Think Tank. What a great first call. I love it, Mike. Man, you always bring the facts, man. And I really do appreciate you so much, Logical Raptors fan. Project Truth always. Now, anybody else wants to give a call on the Thursday Think Tank and you tell me about your side of things. I was hoping Country Kong would give me a call today because he seemed excited yesterday about the subject. So hopefully JP will come in here at some point and maybe he'll be one of the calls today because I want to hear what he has to say on this. Now, superfan Monique Lawrence, she is putting in her 2 cents right here. Good morning, Raptor Freak family. Hell no to Bronny James. Friday freak out for MLSC. I'm here for it. Yeah, tomorrow will be fun. It'll be a little comical. It may not be totally serious, Monique. But yeah, tomorrow will be fun. Friday freak out on the speaker fire fallout that we're hearing in the last couple days. Speaker fire against Indiana a couple years ago. You guys remember that? Yeah, we're going to talk about it tomorrow. But yeah, Monique is putting her vote in no to getting Bronny James, and then hopefully Bron on top of that. She just doesn't want it. It's a no starter for her with the Raptors. Now I agree. We worked too hard in this transitionary year of this past year to go through these growing pains, to have some guy just show up at the last second with his son and try and take over our team. Nah, I ain't about this. It's Scotty's team. And I'm not willing to do a crazy experiment and allow the James gang to come here just to experiment with this, just to please some LeBron fans. No, 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 no. We're messing around with our franchise in that kind of way. No, we're not, is what I'm saying. And Monique is standing with me on that. That's right. Monique is bringing up that Emmanuel Quickly stopped by NBA TNT last night, probably on the show soon, I'm guessing. Yeah, let's do the Instagram stories real quick. Yeah, Emmanuel's interesting. First of all, we got Jordan Wara. He's got his, I think it's his sister on blast. Happy birthday to his sister or cousin. I'm not sure. Ronnie Wara, happy birthday to you. And Jordan loves you. So yeah, Jordan Wara is awesome. Well, I'm really becoming a big fan of him. In fact, guys, this Saturday, we're going to do the Share the Love Club Jordan Wara because he's been in Toronto all week. He's been going to Blue Jays games and Leaf games. He's a real one. He loves Toronto, being from Buffalo. And you know what? Even if he does not get on our team next year, I want to celebrate the love for him while we can. So we're going to do Share the Love Club Jordan Wara on Saturday, guys. So be ready for that. There's Emmanuel at the OTE Arena, which is in Atlanta. I'm not sure which arena it is for what team in Atlanta, which college or sports team. But then in the next picture, we see the TNT crew set where the studio is, where Ernie Johnson and them sit, and all those people there. Yeah, so that's pretty cool that Emmanuel was there. Who knows? Maybe he did an interview with them. Maybe he was actually going to be broadcasting at some point. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just those two really is the only ones. Oh wait, Grady's working out in Kansas. He's working out with 90.1 training, 90-10 training. And it's a guy in Kansas that he's probably friends with. And it looks like what they're working on with Grady in the highlights is running at him while he's shooting, hand in the face shooting. Like he's coming around screens and the defender's always running at him, putting a hand right in his face. And he's got to make the shot with the guy trying to block him. This is probably exactly detailed stuff from Darko for Grady to work on this summer. So it's good to see. Listen, they were supposed to get 3 weeks off. And Jordan Wara and Grady Dick and Emmanuel Quickly and certain other Raptors are already in the gym before the 3 weeks is up. They were supposed to come back next week, But these guys are at it already, back at it, and that's fantastic. That shows the dedication. So there you go. There's your Instagram stories. Yeah, Mo, we'll just have to see if Emmanuel shows up on broadcast at any point with the playoffs, seeing as he's around Atlanta right now. Yeah, so we'll have to see. Tom Duke is here. Let's see what Tommy Dookie is saying. I will happily take on the LeBum Gong Show. Good day. It would be exciting and a temporary fix at best. Probably fun for Scotty if he remains the focus. Yeah, there's too many ifs, ands, or buts with that. And I don't trust any of that happening that way, Tom. As far as things is like, it would be exciting, sure. It may be a temporary fix. I don't know if it's actually fixed, though. This isn't like Kawhi and getting Kawhi for a year. In some ways, you bring on Bronny and LeBron, that's a commitment to Bronny as far as like having him around your team for years after maybe LeBron even retires. That's a part of it people have to think about realistically also is you draft Bronny and well, all of a sudden maybe LeBron's like, yeah, you have to keep signing him on contracts. And you're like, I've got a Malachi Flynn, except his name's Bronny James. Yeah, in some ways, that's another part of it we need to talk about. How many more years will LeBron play? And how many more years will Bronny play? That could factor into things right there. I don't know. This may be fun for Scott, but maybe it isn't fun for Scott, Tom. Think about it. In some ways, LeBron, I don't know. I think LeBron would be a good influence on Scott in some ways, but also in some ways, he'd be a very bad influence on Scott. So I don't even want to tinker with this. In some ways, this is Scotty's team. We don't need LeBron coming here and making that confusing because he will. He absolutely will. And even if he comes in and says, yeah, this is Scotty's team, I respect that. I don't trust him to hold to that in all ways. Let's just put it that way. I feel like LeBron has been very manipulative and controlling in the Lakers organization the last few years, and he would not help himself. He would be like that somehow, some way with us also. So, yeah. All right, let's keep going. Nameless is here. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, ladies and germs. Tom Duke saying morning, peaches. Whole ass in it there. You guys got full ass in it. I love it. David's laughing and talking and squawking. Tom Duke saying actually would laugh if Masai went to LeBron for answers. Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't make any sense. Now, Masai, let's talk about him. He has said in the offseason, opportunity knocks, and sometimes big names and big things can happen if the right things align. Is this what you're talking about? Is this the kind of Kawhi move like before? Is like getting Bronny James and putting LeBron on the Raptors all of a sudden and winning a second championship? I don't know if that actually adds up to a championship, though. I really don't. In some ways, what do we need right now? We need more long defenders. We need more long defenders and rebounders. In some ways, I say that's what we need the most. Maybe a backup point guard, like Masai said. But otherwise, I'm like, do we really need what LeBron's going to give us? No, because we got Scott. We got Scott. And we don't need LeBron because we have Scotty. And that's something that people need to realize when we're doing this thought exercise. Yeah, I don't think that Masai needs LeBron to come here. I don't know if LeBron is the name that he talks about that could be, jumped on in an opportunity when things are bad in certain situations. That's what he always says. It's like, well, we'll be opportunists and we will go and get someone because they're in a bad situation. That's not what this is, though. This seems like it's a situation that's wide open. And, whoever dares to take Bronny James, well, are they going to get LeBron to come there? Mike says no, because the players union won't allow some crazy shoehorned little salary into somebody's salary cap, just a wedge LeBron into their team. So, yeah, that's a very interesting situation. Monique is asking, did we scout Kel Ware yet? Yes, we did. We did him very early in the scouts, and I am a big 2 thumbs up on him. In fact, he is one of my top 5 guys for the Raptors to draft. So, Monique, yes, I have already looked at him. He's a very suitable replacement for Christian Koloko, and I highly recommend the Raptors to get Kel Ware at 19 if he's still on the board. So, yeah, we scouted him, and I am all about him. He's going to be one of my top 5 picks for sure as far as my recommendations around draft time to go and target. Him and Zach Edey are on that list already. And those two centers are my 2 favorite centers in the league in the draft. In the draft coming up. Bryce is here. Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Good morning, Lex. Good morning to you, Bryce Lawson. Hope things are sunny and bright down in Kentucky for you, my guy. Smooth saying, good morning, all. Celtics destroyed Miami. Looked every bit the 64-win team they were. Wow, Dallas beat the Clippers as well. Yeah, the teams I didn't want to win last night won once again. That's 2 nights in a row where the teams that I wanted to win both lost, and that's too bad. It is what it is. That stuff's going to happen sometimes. Let's look and see what's going on with the games tonight. We've got 2 games on the docket. New York at Philadelphia, 9 o'clock start. A lot of people are upset about that because the East Coast. Scott Foster will be crew chiefing that one with Bill Kennedy and Mark Lindsay. So that's a high quality referee lineup right there. You got 3 top crew chiefs, and Scott Foster, Bill Kennedy, and Mark Lindsay. It's kind of like the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then Indiana, the game with Milwaukee and Indiana tonight. Tony Brothers is the crew chief with Courtney Kirkland and Justin Van Dyne. So there's your ref report for the 2 games tonight. Of course, I'm rooting for it. Our guys, OG and Pascal. New York and Indiana, go on and finish your series tonight. Quit playing with your food. Put them Sixers out and put those Bucks out. Y'all need to do it soon with the Bucks because Giannis and Damian may be coming back sooner than later. And so just get rid of them, Pacers. Don't fumble the ball again. You need to beat them tonight because if you don't, they might be beating y'all. And you don't want that. You do not want that. No, you don't. Trevor's saying IQ was not on NBA TNT last night. I think he was just there checking out the studio. Who knows? He may have been doing a back behind the scenes interview with some of the people there. There's all kinds of different media he could be doing other than being on live TV. But yeah, I'm sure he went there and he got an interview in. If not, he's just a tourist coming in to see the whole setup and saying, I want to come down there and see everything. Maybe he has aspirations to be a broadcaster someday. And he's going down there to meet some people and say, hey, a long time from now, I might be wanting to come and get a job with you guys. There's a lot of ambiguity about what's going to happen with the TV contracts. Now that Amazon Prime has stepped up and taken a chunk of the broadcasting for the NBA, there's only one spot left. And it's going to be between TNT and NBC. And either way, I think it'll be a good choice either way because TNT does a fantastic job. Either is going to be better than ABC and ESPN doing it. Now that Jeff Bezos is gross. That's really gross that Amazon's going to be in charge of coverage for the NBA. And I don't totally trust it. Let's just put it that way. And then, who is it going to be? NBA on NBC? Or is it going to be TNT with the TNT crew? Because some people are a little worried that if NBC gets a contract, the TNT crew will go away. There will be no more Shaq and Charles and Ernie because they're TNT people. And there's no guarantee that NBC will keep them on. So there could be an American institution, a great thing for the NBA that may need to be preserved through this whole change. Maybe Amazon Prime says, yeah, we'll bring you guys in because you guys are awesome and we need you on there. I don't know, but there is a little bit of worry about what will happen with the TV deals and the inside the NBA crew. Yikes. Nako saying Bronny is 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards. I like that. I think you're right, Gerald. I think that it's a fool's gold. I think it's just a quick fix. I think it's just people who want an easy way, and that's dumb. So I say hard no to LeBron James and his son. Smooth saying LeBron will arrange who his son plays for, the Lakers or the Cavs. Yeah, I think it sounds like it'll be just the Lakers. Just stay in LA. Let's just stay there. Take as much money and take their salary and ruin their salary cap and just stay there with your son. You don't even have to leave. He's at USC. Just keep it all in California. Just keep your toxic dumpster fire all in one place. That'd be great. Just keep it there. Yeah, Cavs. I've heard a little bit of the Cavs being a possibility. A little bit. Hey, Nako, call me, my guy, if you're not at work. Or go in the bathroom and call me from the bathroom. That'd be funny. If Gerald calls me from his work in the bathroom. That'd be cool. Do it, Gerald. Mike's saying, no, thank you. Bron is a culture killer with the need to bend all the credit to him and blame others. This is true. We've seen this in the years with the Lakers. He's done it even before in other teams too. Yeah, I'm with you on this. In some ways, his attitude about basketball is weird at this point. In some ways, he's done it all. He's like, I'm just still here. I'm a modern marvel of health that I can still play at this level. But in some ways, it's like he's not the same player as when he was younger. Let's just put it that way. The drive and what he's trying to do is not the same. People say LeBron is lazy, and I agree. I agree that he is lazy in some ways. Bryce is saying, I love Braun, but God, please no, unless Braun is going to be in a temple role, only would want him strictly to mentor. That's an interesting idea. Obviously he's too good to not play, in the regular rotation. He can't be exactly Garrett Temple. But I understand what you're trying to say, Bryce. And in some ways, I like the idea of possibly LeBron doing that, but I don't think his ego will allow that. In some ways, his aptitude and ability to play won't allow that either, because he is a good player. He should be starting for any team in this league. And you can't relegate him to like not playing hardly at all. What's the point of having him around then if he's going to do this kind of stuff? I don't know. Where would he fit? Like, how would you put him in that lineup with our guys, IQ, RJ, and Scotty? Would he be that shooting guard? Would you put RJ at shooting guard and put him and Scotty at forwards and Bronny off the bench? Something like that. Yeah, Jakob, LeBron, and Scotty in the front line. In some ways, that's interesting. But I would worry that Scotty and LeBron are too similar in the way they play, and that there's too much duplicity. And then all of a sudden, we've got some of the problems we've had with Nick Nurse, his team, the last 2 years, with too much crossover, too much blurring of roles. That's the other thing. Both LeBron and Scotty are going to want to both be passers, and Bron will definitely step on Scotty's toes in that area for sure. Yeah. I like that Bryce is a big LeBron fan, but he's saying no. He's thinking very logically and thinking this through. Mike's saying finger pointing is the opposite of what we're this year. Yeah, in some ways, the exact opposite, and that's how we stuck together through 15 game losing streak. We stuck together. In some ways, we were like, we're going to have current turnovers. We're not going to connect all well, partly because we just threw everybody together. But everybody understands that they're professionals and nobody got mad at each other. And everybody's very good and together right now. In some ways, the LeBron James on your team is a stratification no matter what. This guy's just LeBron. And in some ways, he's going to have certain treatments and certain things. And it's not going to be like the rest of the team. And in some ways, there are problems in the past with LeBron being away from the team in special treatment and guys kind of like having issues with it. I mean, this was an issue with Kawhi on our team. Kyle Lowry really was mad at Kawhi around Christmas, our championship year, because Kawhi was like special and getting special treatment other than the rest of the team. Whereas Kyle and DeMar, when they started with the Raptors, they, as the top two guys, always kept it about the same level, do everything with the team as a team. If there's a team function, there's a team practice, I'm there. Well, guys like Kawhi and LeBron, they opt out because of their level of who they are on the team. And that's not respected by everybody in the league. And that's part of the problem is LeBron is instant stratification of your roster. He's there and everybody's below him. And you can't have that in some ways for all for one for all team concept basketball. Everybody has to be the same level. And Scotty understands this. This is something that's very special about Scott. Sure, he's going to get special treatment in certain ways. But when it comes to team stuff, he wants to be there and be a part of it just like everybody else. And whereas, LeBron may be very busy. He has different things and stuff like, oh, I can't come to this practice or I can't do this. It's a stratification that's not good for your team. That's what it is right there. Tom's saying they are too Hollywood for the North, just don't belong, and probably agree. This is Hollywood North, though, Tom. There is a lot of movie industry stuff happening in Toronto. In some ways, LeBron comes here, and in some ways, it's just like a colder Hollywood to sit out on the patio in Yorkville and be seen with Rich Paul eating some fancy lunch in the middle of the day, in the middle of summer in Toronto in August. Yeah, this is a scene we've seen common in last few summers. LeBron just being in Toronto inexplicably in the middle of the summer for no reason other than he just wants to be here and hang out because he likes the city. So, Jimmy Butler was doing that last summer too. So don't get it twisted. This is Hollywood North. I know people say Vancouver's Hollywood North too. Evelyn's here. Good morning, Raptor Freak family. Good morning, Evelyn. Evelyn, why don't you call me this morning? You have my phone number. Please call me, Evelyn, and come on the show today and say hi to everybody and all the Raptor Freaks on the channel. It's the live call-in show, the Thursday Think Tank. We're talking about LeBron James on the Raptors because Bronny James gets picked by us. Yikes. All right, G's going to tap in here with his opinion here. No, LeBron, please. It becomes all about him, and we need the youth to build confidence. Also, Grady is looking stronger. You know what? This is really cool that you said this G, because I noticed this too in that Instagram stories last night. I don't know what Grady took some sort of something since the season ended, but he already has weird muscle on his shoulders and arms that's upgraded from the season, guys. I don't know if the Dick family's taking him down to the steakhouse and loading him up with tons of proteins or something, or he took some sort of supplements, but that man's shoulders already looking bigger. Already. It's less than a month since he played. And now he's already looking bigger right around up here. You noticed that too, G? I thought I was the only one that noticed that yesterday in the Instagram stories. Why don't y'all go look at Grady's Instagram stories and you tell me what you think? Do you think that Grady has gotten bigger shoulders just like G and I do think? Yeah. All right, Tommy, you want a poll? Let's do a poll for sure. We'll do a poll real quick on this subject for today. All right, let's see. Does Masai get should Masai get Bronny and the James gang on Toronto? All right, guys, we're going to have the poll question for today. Thank you, Tom, for suggesting this. And we'll put it in. There you go. It's easy. Yes or no, guys. Should Masai get Bronny and the James gang on Toronto? Let's see what you guys say. What you think? Yeah. Good suggestion, Tommy. I appreciate you suggesting this, and I put it up. So let's see what we're seeing. Whoa, we're getting a high percentage of no's right now. It is bouncing back and forth a little bit there. Very interesting. Tom saying, I bet 80% say hard no. Well, it's almost looking like 90% so far, Tom. 88% so far. I wish I could answer it myself. I'd help it. Oh, there's 90. 90% say no at this point. All right. Fiercely saying, good morning, fam, and happy Thursday. Great words of wisdom by Trevor J. Yeah, thank you, Commissioner J. As always, be thankful for your life. It's the basics right there. Then be thankful for shelter. Then be thankful for food and water. Then be thankful for people that love you. If you have those things, you're in good shape in this world. Trust me. David saying 1% is a complete fuck no. Yeah, I mean 91% now, David. This is pretty good. Isaac saying, poll, is Tom Duke deserving of a dunk? Yes. All right, we can do that. We don't need a poll for that one, Isaac. We're going to give Tommy, not only we're going to give him a dunk, we're going to give him a three-pointer today. So, Tommy, you are at 48. 48 hours, Eddie Murphy. There you go, 48 dunks for Tom Duke. Let's see. Tom's laughing, and LeBron emojicon, he's laughing about that. Yeah, right. Not happening. Won't ever happen. Yeah. All right. There's our guesses for the Cosmic Card of the day. It was Kemba Walker. Mike got it. Good job, Logical Raptors fanatic, getting the Kemba Walker. Let's see. Mike saying Harden isn't a real point guard. 7 assists, 5 turnovers. Yikes. You know, how much of that is him going against his old teammate, Kyrie? Kyrie's a very good defender. In some ways, he may know some of the secrets of James Harden from playing next to him for a couple years and be like, you know what? I remember James's move like this, and I know how to steal it from him. There could be a couple of things like that happening in this situation. Kyrie versus James Harden is very interesting from their Brooklyn days in some ways. Fiercely saying hard pass on LeBron coming to Toronto. He's a media machine, best suited for Miami, LA, New York. We don't need drama. We don't need clutch affiliations. We don't need Bronny. Sorry, healthy climate only. I think this is a very astute point. In some ways, she brought up the whole clutch factor with LeBron. We're clearing out most of our clutch guys right now. Why would we want to bring the head of clutch and Rich Paul here to Toronto, right in the middle of everything? In some ways, it's like there's been really devious manipulations by a clutch coach, Nick Nurse. And, you know, we saw Freddie go for the money with clutch. Why would we trust LeBron to come here and be healthy for our organization? In some ways, this is the thing I like hearing from Scotty and RJ and Emmanuel. Well, Emmanuel, hopefully after he gets signed this summer, that they want to do what's best for our organization. In some ways, Scotty is beyond himself as far as the way he looks at things in the NBA. In some ways, he wants the Raptors to succeed, and that's one of his main goals. If you went and talked to LeBron on what his list of objectives for his life is, get Bronny in the NBA, do this, do that. I'm sure helping the Raptors is not necessarily high on that list, even if he came here. So that's the thing. If your leader, Scotty, who's a younger, in some ways, very attractive version of LeBron, he's already dedicated to your team and wanting to do what's right for the organization. And he said that at the end of the year in his end of season interviews. RJ's the same thing. Your top two guys are like that. You bring in LeBron, he's not like that at all. Well, that can really screw things up. And that's what I'm saying right there. Healthy climate only. And that's what Fiercey's saying right there. Yeah. He's killing the Lakers spirit, in my opinion. We don't need an energetic vampire on our team. Wow. That's an interesting way of putting it. I don't even see how he would fit in anyways with our younger core. Maybe with Kelly and Jakob, but I doubt it. I also doubt it. Yeah. I mean, I just feel like him and Scotty are too similar. They're a similar type player. They do everything, both of them. And both of them really love passing. And Scotty, he needs to be the passer. LeBron may be more educated and learned and more accomplished, but Scotty has his time coming up, and he's going to get some of those same accolades that LeBron got. Not all of them, trust me, but he's going to start getting some of those awards and some of those things that LeBron used to get. And he needs to get it on his own time without LeBron around interfering with it. And that's kind of the way I look at it right there. I think that energetic vampire is true. That, like I said, the stratification of LeBron just inherently gives bad team chemistry. That's just part of the problem with LeBron in the last 10 years is that he can't help but be who he is. The media circus around him. In some ways, if you could have him as a regular teammate on the team, being just like everybody else, you would try and do that. But I don't think it's even possible at this point. So it's a bad team killer right off the start because he's just stratified way above everybody else. And it just sucks. Fiercely saying LeBron loves Drake, but that won't be enough for him to want to come to Toronto. You never know. Seriously. I know he loves our crowd. I know he loves Drake. I know he loves Yorkville. I know he loves Caravana. I know in some ways he's a big fan of Masai Ujiri, I'll bet. I mean, that's the thing. Those are the things you got to look at. If he could be around a coach that he likes too, like I don't know how he feels about Darko. I wouldn't get past. I wouldn't say that it's like Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard probably said, no, I would never go to Toronto, but I bet you LeBron's not like that. It's the same thing with Durant. Durant would come to Toronto too because he loves the Raptors from when he was a little kid. And he respects our fan culture. He respects our city. And in some ways, LeBron's the same way. So don't just say, oh, LeBron would say, I'd never come to Toronto. That's not true. I bet you in some ways, Toronto is attractive to him. And if things lined up, I'm not going to say that he wouldn't say no to us. I don't think that's true. I think he's wise enough and smart enough to understand. And obviously, you can see what Kawhi did 1 year here. He can see things like, and he knows the front office is capable. So, I mean, that's the thing. We may be a very, very, very dark horse candidate for any of this kind of Bronny stuff, but we're in the mix. And in some ways, we have assets and a flexibility that actually is helpful more than some of the teams that are on that list that people are saying are most teams most likely to get Bron and Bronny. So it's very interesting. Very interesting. U.S. media in shambles if LeBron came here. It'd be interesting. I mean, that's an interesting thing to bring up. Like LeBron on the Raptors would mean we'd get coverage for sure. There would be no dissing us. There would be no putting us in the shadows and not talking about the Raptors. They'd have to put us on forefront because that's just how they treated the Lakers last couple of years. In some ways, that may be smart in that way. The Masai and Bobby did that just for the fact to get us prominence in front of everybody. Now, if we fail in front of everybody and we look really bad with LeBron, like the Lakers have in the last couple of years at times, then it won't be good for our culture. So that's a gamble. You'll get more of a spotlight with LeBron around, but if it doesn't work, well, you're going to get more criticism and you're going to get more people kind of laughing at you too. Let's see. David saying Alice Silver wouldn't allow it. He'd find a way. Adam Silver? Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know how they would do it. I think it's what Mike said. The players union would be against it. See, look, the number's going down. Now 78% are saying no. So some people have been saying yes. Interesting. G saying Darvin Ham likely fired this week, Bleacher Report. So take it with a grain of salt, but I can see it. Yeah, go ahead and fire your coach every 2 years or 1 year or so, Lakers, and do exactly what Mike was explaining when he called me earlier, that it just degrades the respect and the value of your coach every single time you switch it in and out like your underwear. It's really a bad look. And that's why I tell Raptors fans, stop going after Darko. It really doesn't serve our team in any kind of good way for people to want to cut his throat and kick him out so quickly. We don't want to switch our coach over and over again. This is the right coach, and he just had his first year like Dwayne Casey of 25 wins. Casey only got 23. in his first season as the Raptors coach, and he built our team up towards a championship over his time here. So be patient, young Raptors fans, and understand Darko is the right coach. He's done a lot of really good things. In fact, he had success in a failing year, and that is very powerful. Very, very powerful. So just imagine when he is in a successful year, the success will be so good. Trust me. And yeah, the Lakers can change their coach every year, every other year, and it's not going to get them anywhere. Keep spinning their tires. That's right. Nameless saying, let's fucking go, Mike. There you go, Nameless. There you go, Nameless. That's right. Nameless, you should be calling in here sometime. Let's see. Isaac saying W at Mike. Yeah, good to hear Mike's voice this morning. Project Truth always, guys. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Listen, not Alice Silver. No, Fierce's laughing at that. And Tom's got the new Raptors logo, the Vince Carter dunking logo on fire. I love it. Yeah. Name is saying, you're an animal, Mike. There you go. David's saying, all right, pay him his full worth, 3.4 million, not 6 million. That's a funny joke, David. I'm gonna give you a dunk. All right, somebody give me a call on the hotline. If you're waffling, if you're thinking about it, you're like, maybe I shouldn't. You should just do it. Don't even think. Just call me right now. If you're on the fence about calling me, you go ahead and call me. Full ask me, Kareem. Call me right now. Who's on the line? I just jumped on as a logical Raptors fanatic. Who has a strong opinion about LeBron on Toronto? I want to hear your voice. Is there somebody who's pro LeBron being on Toronto? I want to hear your reasons. And seriously, I'm not going to take you apart. I just want to hear the reasoning and what you think could happen if we did do that. Seriously, I want to hear somebody who's all about the idea and tell me all the good reasons why. And I'm not going to tear you down. I just want to hear counterpoints and hear other sides of things to really look at this whole issue from all angles. The number is in the community chat. If you're a community member, you have access to it. So if you're a member of this channel, you get access. And if you're in our Facebook chat, you can see it there. And if you're somebody who has my phone number because you've had it over a couple of years because you've been around, you can call me too. So go and look in the community chat and you can get the number to call for the call-in show today. Yeah, so happy to hear Mike's voice today. Awesome stuff. Tom saying LeBron extends his own legacy if his son makes the league. That is a mission for sure. You know, I'm going to say this right now. Forget about Bronny. It's Bryce, guys. I said this a couple years ago. The kid is going to be good between the two sons is Bryce. Bryce is going to be very good. And the thing is, Bryce is younger. He's not going to get in the league probably in time to be around LeBron. So there could be something weird like where LeBron and Bronny do this little thing they're going to do this summer. And they're going to play together next year. And LeBron plays with him for like 2 years. And then he retires. And then Bryce comes into the league. Now, Bryce comes in on his own merits. Bryce comes in because he is actually a really good player. Bronny's great. He's athletic, but he's shorter. He's undersized. He can do some of the dunks, but Bryce is not undersized. Bryce looks like the winner. If there's a guy who's going to carry on LeBron's legacy, it's his younger son. Watch. I'm going to say that right now. I'll put my flag in it and tell you right now. Bronny is a waste. Don't even worry about Bronny. It's going to be Bryce. Bryce is the one. Watch. Yeah, there you go. Tom's saying, does Bronny deserve it? That's the thing. I don't think he deserves to get in the NBA right now. I don't think he's good enough to be in this league. You know, I was watching Terrence Ross again yesterday. He's on Twitch all the time right now. In fact, he could be on Twitch right now for all I know. This guy's so crazy on Twitch right now. Terrence was asked yesterday, who's the worst player in the NBA? Terrence laughed when he saw that question. He said, that's not really a thing. There's nobody in the league that's the worst player. Everybody's very good, and it's so murky and cloudy. You can't really say that somebody is the worst player in the NBA. Now, if Bronny came into the NBA, I might be able to say that somebody is the worst player in the NBA because he really didn't deserve to be there in some ways. That's the thing. So, yeah, I love that Terrence answered that question. Terrence is awesome. He's such an open book on there right now. And because he's retired, he doesn't give a fuck. He will say whatever about anything. He'll answer all kinds of questions, telling me about his marijuana use, telling me about like when he did mushrooms, and talking about the inner workings of the NBA and what they value and the money machine, stuff like that. It's crazy to have access to him and have him talk about stuff like that. Kareem saying, can you imagine an extra 85 free throws a game? We would go 82-0. That's funny. So you're saying like, all right, we get LeBron. We're going to get to the line way more. I guess that is something we need to keep in mind. as far as a bonus. All right, 132 are the dunks for you, Kareem. That's funny. Yeah, we would get the line more probably. Yeah, Fierce's got Mike. Yeah, she's got the heart for him and respect to everyone. Mike, they love hearing your voice on the show today. That's awesome. David saying, I find it interesting. We've never really heard about Bronny's heart attack. I'm obviously happy the kid's okay, but it's like the Russia investigation. They talk about it and then nothing. Well, Rich Paul's paying a lot of people to make it go away, I'm sure. In some ways, it's like LeBron maybe has people who's like, yeah, shut up about that. Don't talk about that. I don't know. I agree with this. This was a big deal, and it's kind of flipped everything up on its head last year when the whole thing happened as far as things. And there's a big reason why he missed most of his season at USC last season also. David saying, how does a 19-year-old have a heart attack? And if they do, how can they be eligible for the NBA? And he's yelling that. Yeah, I agree. David. In some ways, that's fishy in itself. Like, what you get on the hook with a Bronny on a rookie contract, and you have to have him around for 3 or 4 years, and then a Coloco thing happens or something like that. Then you get LeBron for 1 year, and then you have this guy who's on your roster and your salary cap that you can't even use because he's not medically cleared to play by the play commission or whatever. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, David's saying Loco, anyone? It just seems insane. In fact, he just brought up Loco. There you go. Nameless is saying, if they draft Bronny, I quit. I don't think Masai's going to do this, man. I really don't. And if he's watching us today to get a feeling of how we feel about this, well, that's why I want somebody who's pro LeBron coming to Toronto. Call me right now. Seriously, I want to hear it. I'm not going to try and tear you down. I'm not going to do anything. I want to hear it with just an unfiltered opinion. Pro LeBron coming to Toronto. Call my show if you have that opinion in any kind of way. Where's Country Kong? Come on now. Name is saying, I had a friend have a heart attack at 19 and a lot of cocaine was involved. Put it that way. Yeah, I speculated that at that time also. Usually if you're around that age and you have that kind of thing happen, that's usually why. Now, we could say this. LeBron's probably got Bronny on some special supplements and different stuff that nobody else can get. And there could be some intense stuff that he's taking to help his body get bigger. And that may have had a side effect on why that happened. Who knows? So we can't say for sure, but that is the first thing I thought also, Nameless, when I heard that story about Bronny, that, yeah, there was something like that going on. Yeah, David's saying exactly my point, Nameless. Do we want that on our team after everything we've gone through recently? Yeah, no. And meanwhile, the Porter family's got another son who got another DUI. Like, this is the craziest thing. I said this when I talked about the last one, Coban. Javon Porter, a younger brother. This is the fourth brother out of all the brothers. He went and got a DUI last Friday after all this mess that his other brothers are in. This dumbass got behind the wheel and got drunk and drove the car last Friday. After all his brothers have been in trouble, this younger brother got in trouble with the Porter family. Well, you just add in things. It could be the police are staking out down the street. They're saying this a Porter family lives down the street. We better watch them and put a DUI checkpoint on their street because these idiots are driving drunk every day, something like that. I don't know what's going on with that Porter family, but yeah, this dude, you just saw your brother go to prison for killing a woman. You see another brother banned from the NBA for life, and now you're gonna go out and drunk drive and get a drunk driving charge yourself after all that. Yeah, this is idiot family. And somebody's saying Michael Porter is a smart one. No, he's not either. He's lucky. He's lucky. He's the oldest one, and he's kind of gone through things and been safe. He could have been just as dumbass as the other brothers and had something stupid happen to him too. Trust me, I've heard him open his mouth. He's a dumbass too. He's not a smart one either. The whole Porter family is a bunch of dumbasses. Trust me. Yeah, but yeah, I can't believe this. That another brother got a DUI just on Friday. That's the thing. He got this after everything's happened. I know things are sad in your family, but bro, the worst thing you can do is get behind the wheel after you've been drinking alcohol. In this situation, your brother's in jail, prison for 6 years for killing a woman driving drunk. And you didn't learn nothing from that, Javon Porter, you idiot. Man, stupid family. So stupid. So dumb. So dumb. Oh my gosh. All right, let's keep going. Shir Khan saying, good morning, Raptor Freak family. Oh my God. Heck nah. We don't want that drama in Toronto. We need some hidden gems in this draft, and Bronny ain't one. Masai knows how to scout, and he may already have a new sessions lined up with prospects. I love this. Shir Khan's exactly right. He's like, hell nah, I ain't with this. I ain't with this. So the percentage is going up and down. 77 now. No, against the James gang coming to Toronto. Yeah. Yeah, we know Masai's got some good prospects. He's been looking at everybody. He knows everybody about this draft, and they're going to figure it out. We need Bobby and Masai to be light on their feet in this draft season, in this free agency season, because they have a lot of flexibility, and they need to be nimble and moving quick to as the things change as far as free agency and draft picks go. They need to be ready, because in some ways the draft lottery is going to determine something about our pick at the top. And then, boom, we got to figure out, are we going to be trading people? Is there going to be something to move with Bruce Brown? All kinds of different stuff. And so our front office needs to be nimble. They're going to be ready. Yeah. Fiercely saying, Lex, I sent a clip in the Facebook chat, a content creator saying Shams is represented by Rich Paul. Can this be verified? Does this mean Woj can also be compromised depending on who represents him? Yeah, I've actually heard this, and I think this is true, that Shams is represented by Clutch also. And yeah, it makes it all even more convoluted and crazy and stupid, the whole situation. You're exactly right, Fiercey. We already knew that Shams was compromised because he works for a betting company now at this point. And so anything he says should be taken with a grain of salt, partly because he could influence betting lines and help the betting companies with certain things and be manipulative in that way. I don't know where antitrust people are in the Congress looking out for all the betting stuff that's going on. It's a Wild West. In some ways, there's going to be a lot of illegal stuff that happens and gets away with it for a while. And then they'll come around and say, no, you can't do this anymore. And they'll stop people from doing this. But right now, it's a Wild West, and people are going to try and do some shady shit. And Shams may be one of the most shadiest people around the NBA right now. And he may get found out at some point and out of there because of some shady scandal. Watch. I wouldn't be surprised about this. I don't know who Woj. I think Woj is actually represented by CAA. The Knicks people. I don't even know. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's true. Rich Paul represents Shams. Let's see. G's saying good stuff to Mike. Yeah. G, why don't you call me? You can get access to the number. Give me a call, my guy. David's saying they are all compromised. They have to write trash articles based on nothing other than air, and that's what they do for a living, make up BS and write stupid fucking articles. In some ways, I'm making a stupid-ass stream today. Now, this is a fluff stream. I'm going to tell you that right now. In some ways, I was thinking, am I compromising my integrity as a good Raptors coverer by putting this bullshit topic up today? Are you just trying to farm views, Lex? Maybe a little bit today. Maybe. At least I'll be upfront about it. Oh, sure. Everybody wants to talk about LeBron and Bronny on their team. I might as well do that stream. So I did that today. Yeah. So maybe I'm guilty a little bit myself. There you go. David's saying, I hate the media. They're useless, and we do not need them at all. I don't need their opinion. I don't need to listen to them at halftime. Most of them don't even know sweet fuck all about anything. I love it. David's fired up, and I'm going to give him a dunk. In some ways, I agree with him. I like to watch the game sometimes with the audio turned down. If I can't get the Raptors broadcast crew, I will listen to it with down. And I won't listen to other people, because in some ways they will try and shape how you look at things. That's part of their job. They're supposed to teach you basketball, teach you what's going on in the court, Jack Armstrong. And that's great. But there's also opinion shaping, and they're trying to make you think this and that. And that's the stuff that I don't like. In some ways, this is so true. Watch for yourself. Watch the game with your own two eyes. And if you're a learned basketball watcher and you understand the game, you don't need them to tell you what's going on. That's for sure. That's right. David's saying, just let Amazon take over the NBA streaming rights and media rights. That'll fix that. I'm worried about this. We'll have to see how this goes. I do not trust Jeff Bezos. In some ways, he's buying up everything in all kinds of different sectors of different parts of the world. In some ways, this dude's trying to be our overlord or something like that. Nah, I ain't about, like in some crazy sci-fi and 100 years ago from now, is there going to be some overlord entity called Bezos that's just named after him, and on human beings have to live under this cyborg android weird motherfucker who's in charge, and we're all like just poor helpless humans caught in this weird android future or some shit? I don't know. Is Bezos going to be our god at some point? I'm sure that's what he'd love, and eventually. Think about this. He's a real life Lex Luthor, y'all. He looks like Lex Luthor with his bald ass head and all of his money and all this stuff. This is like a super villain from a DC comic. Seriously, if you really think about who Jeff Bezos is, that's exactly what he is. And the name Bezos is perfect for an overlord that we're going to have 100 years from now. Seriously, let's think about where we're going right now. Seriously, guys, and let's upset this shit. In some ways, yeah, let's rage against the machine, literally, is what I'm saying. Let's go. Mike saying, respect, G. Yeah, real Lakers fans are tired of the media circus and blame the culture. Yeah, they want to get somewhere. They've gotten fool's gold from LeBron. Sure, they got a Mickey Mouse championship from Mickey Mouse Land, Disney World. Yeah, sure, they got that. But really, that's feeling good? Is the in-season tournament win really making Lakers fans feel good? No, they're sick of the circus. They understand how much of a dumpster fire this has all been overall, mostly. David saying, fire all the useless two-faced trolls. There you go. David's on ready to burn down the media. He's Roddy Piper on They Live. He put the glasses on. He sees what's on the billboards for real. They just know. They're talking in their watches about David. He can see us. He can see us. I love that movie. David is Roddy Piper right now. That's right. Fiercely saying, we need a drama-free season. We've dealt with enough hardships this past year. On to better and brighter days. We deserve it, not LeBron. There you go. I like that y'all are very much espousing your opinions on this. Most of the regulars are very anti-LeBron coming to our team, and I think I'm with them. David saying, wow, that Amazon comment was made before your mentioning of Amazon. Laugh out loud. Well, that will not be a hot take. Ha. I don't know. We're like-minded. Sometimes great minds think alike. I don't know if we're great minds, but we're just minds. This happens sometimes. I don't know if I'm subliminally picking up on some of the comments. Maybe I can perceive and read before I even read them, and maybe that's part of it. I don't know. G saying, did we talk about Bruce Brown posting about missing his morning Tim Hortons? No, I didn't see. I saw this. Like, he posted something about, like, he's back in the States, and he's saying, not gonna lie, I'm missing Tim Hortons in my routine every day. That's an ad campaign right there. If he does come back to the Raptors, well, Tim Hortons has got a new spokesperson if they want. Mike's saying the fact that LeBron has a 50 million player option, he can't decline it and go sign for 40 million less somewhere else. It goes into tampering by drafting Bronny. There you go. They have to tread lightly. I'm sure Rich Paul and LeBron will figure out some sort of way to manipulate things, but it'll probably be most likely manipulating his son onto the Lakers and keeping it all tight and kit and caboodle. It seems like that's what happens. In some ways, that's the best outcome, I think, overall. Most saying, I don't know if this is the right question, but how does this Amazon Prime release affect Raptors, or does it even, Lex? This is a good question, Monique. Well, in some ways, all right, listen. The situation with the Raptors is Bell and Rogers, and the split 50-50. So the games here locally will be still on Rogers and Bell. Now, what we're talking about is the major U.S. media deal in the States. Amazon Prime will get the rights that ABC Disney had before. So think about all the coverage of the NBA down in the States that happens on ABC or ESPN. That will be happening on Amazon Prime, which is really weird. There's a new thing that's happening where the streaming services are buying up broadcasting rights for things. Just recently, Netflix bought the WWE. So next year, Netflix will stream Monday Night Raw live on Netflix. So this is a really weird change that's happening. There's a migration from traditional broadcast television to the streaming sites. And what's happening is the WWE is going to be on Netflix next year, and the NBA is going to be on Amazon Prime in the United States. So that's how it works, Mo. Now, in some ways, it doesn't affect us because Rogers and Bell own our team, and they have 50-50 stake on broadcasting us here locally. But on the games down south, that's where it's going to change. No more ESPN and ABC games. They'll be on Amazon Prime. So I hope that answers your question right there. So, yeah, good question, Mo. And I'm sure a lot of other Raptors fans were wondering about this. Mike's saying, to build the right culture, you need the best players to be the example for the others. Exactly. The head of the snake, the best player, he sets the tone. And that's part of the reason why teams led by LeBron have been fails, because he sets the wrong tone in certain ways. He's a fantastic family man. He's a great citizen. He's been a great role model in so many different ways. But in some ways, on his own team, as the captain, as the best player on his team, he's not the best role model. Trust me, he is not. And it's the same for Durant. I would say the same thing about Durant and LeBron, because in certain ways, they've gotten lazier as they've gotten older. They don't try as hard on defense. So why is the young guys aren't going to try on defense if LeBron ain't trying on defense? A lot of the bad habits that LeBron has, Roy Hashimura, Austin Reeves, and those other young guys that are on the Lakers, they just follow suit because he sets the tone at the top. And that's exactly right there. That's exactly right there. And that goes back to what Mike was saying on the phone call about setting a culture of going after it. If your top guy isn't going to do it, then other guys won't. And that's exactly why the Lakers got beat by the Nuggets right there. That's exactly why right there. David's saying all sports broadcasts in North America are going to be owned and operated by Amazon over the next 2 decades. Watch. Disgusting and gross. And bow to your overlord Bezos. That's what they want. That's what he wants, his own ego. He can move Renaissance bridges just to put his super yacht through. You know, he can destroy. He can buy a mega mansion to sit in while he destroys another one to build another one in Florida. There's all kinds of crazy shit Jeff Bezos is doing that's just not necessary, that's in excess, that it just shows just how it's disgusting that he makes $1 million every 13 minutes right now. He probably makes even more at this point. It's disgusting and gross. And somebody's going to have to come check his crazy ass wealth. He's just basically taken so many different sectors of economics and distilling all the money towards him, the profits. And that's what Jeff Bezos is. He's disgusting. He is a supervillain, just like in a comic book. Fiercely saying, my daughter told me the other son, Bryce, is actually much better than Bronny. If that's true, he would be more enticing to teams, but he's too young for now. Yeah, that's what I was just saying a little bit ago. Bryce James is the real one. He's bigger. He's got a crazy wingspan. In some ways, I've seen his skills. He's got it. And I'm telling you, he's the one. He's the one. Your son, yeah, your daughter is right. And I've seen it. Randolph saying, morning blessings, beloved Raptor Streaks, most informative gangs. Good to be sharing life with all of you amazing people. You are chosen to make a positive impact in this day. Go ahead, leave your mark. Awesome stuff. On that note, I think I'm going to try and give a call to somebody just to get some of my call quota up here. Since y'all aren't calling me right now, I'm going to call someone myself. So either y'all call me or I'll call someone else. This is the live call-in show, and I appreciate Logical Raptors Fanatic for calling me earlier. So, yeah, I'm going to give a call to somebody in a second. Fiercely saying, actually, I would just have LeBron on our team to boost our free throw attempts. Yeah, that would be a bonus. That would be a side bonus of things if he was on our team for sure. Let's see where it jumped ahead. Let me make sure I don't miss anything. Oh, wow. Nuggy the Ruggy's back again. I love that. All right, let's see. David's saying, I'd rather not shoot a effing free throw for the entire season. I don't give a rat's ass. I couldn't care less about LeBron. He's a farce and certainly ain't no GOAT. Flopping ass, fake ass. All right, David. On that note, my young cousin is here. Tom voted for LeBum. Why did you do that, Tom? I knew the Raptor Freak family weren't buyers on that Gong show. Neither will Masai. Yeah, let's freaking go. All right, there's Nuggy the Ruggy. I'm back again. Good to see you, Nassim. I hope that everything's good over on the West Coast and BC. And yeah, I got to realize it's really early over there where you are. Yeah, Nuggy the Ruggy. What? I mean, like, hey, good morning. Good to see you. Lex says you're awesome. He says, I know. He is awesome. This dude is really creative. Really, really smart young man. And I'm excited to see Nassim grow up and what kind of things he's going to accomplish and do later on in life. Whatever he does, he's going to be great. I know that because he's super talented, super talented young guy. All right, let me see who I can call real quick. I'm going to call somebody just out of the blue and just see if I can get them on the phone and ambush them on my show. All right, let's try this one again. Let's see what happens here. No. It's ringing. I don't know if we'll actually get him. We'll have to see. No. I've been trying to call him for a few days. We'll see if he actually answers this time. It's too early. He doesn't get up. It's stupid.
Your call has been forwarded to
see, he doesn't answer. Somebody else call me. Nuggy the Ruggy, call me. You can get on the air real quick. Yeah, Infamous is saying, salute, freaks. I don't agree with getting him, but the one thing that everyone is missing is the value of your franchise goes up with him on your team, along with free agents, something owners take in. That is a really good point by Infamous. that in some ways, like we said, we'll get more media attention. We'll get more attention in different ways. So that's actually a good side effect, but will it counterbalance the negative effects of having him around? I don't know. It's tough to say. It's tough to say. Nuggy the Ruggy saying Lex is my cousin. That's right. Nasim is my cousin. Nuggy the Ruggy is my cousin. That cat face. Such a beautiful cat face. Mike saying infamous. That's why the NBA Players Association won't let Bron sign for a small amount. Yeah, I think that's the thing that's going to mess things up for other teams. And it will just make it inevitable that he's on the Lakers. David saying Darko would F and eat LeBron for breakfast and S him out by lunch. Ain't gonna happen, folks. Yeah, David, you're cussing like crazy. And my cousin, he's like only 6 or 7. Just so you know that you're going crazy. And he's like, I'm gonna go now. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Yeah, it's all good, David. In some ways, we got to remember that my cousin is quite young. He's quite young, the one that you're cussing around right now. It's all good. Yeah, his last name isn't Otts, but yeah, let's F and go, Nuggy the Ruggy. Yeah. Tom's saying, have a great day, Nuggy. He probably had to go to school, guys. Just so you know, he can be here before school because he's West Coast time, but he probably had to go to school real quick. David's like cussing like crazy, and the seams in here. It's kind of funny. He might be in here more often, guys. Just so you know. I don't mind David being like that, but I might not read it exactly how you write it. If I know that my cousin's here. Yeah, I want to say he's a nephew, but he's not. He's my cousin's son. So he's like a second cousin to me. Yeah. Let's see. Mike saying jersey sales, media attention, etc., are equations done by the agents in talks, but the NBA PA has those value models as well. Yeah, that makes sense. C4C saying Coach Bud, the Lakers, in my guess. So you think they'll fire Darvin Ham and they'll hire Budenholzer? That could be. I could see that happening. I mean, it's so dumb because like they really loved Darvin Ham like 2 years ago. They're like, oh, Darvin's so good. And it's kind of a weird poetic thing because Darvin Ham was being groomed to be the next Bucks coach. And he was supposed to be the guy after Budenholzer, but the Lakers scooped him and he went there. And now this mess is going on here. It could be a crazy thing where Darvin gets fired by the Lakers and Budenholzer comes into Lakers and Darvin Ham is now the coach of the Bucks, like he was supposed to be. They fired Doc Rivers and they bring in Darvin Ham as the coach of the Bucks next year. I'll bet you that might be what happens. Seriously. C4C, good to see you. David's saying, yeah, they're not creative enough to find someone that doesn't have head coaching experience. That's the whole thing. In some ways, the future is in Darko and Jordy. That you look at the next guys coming up and you go look at them, Charles Lee, Eric Young, people like that are around the league. Then the next assistants coming up, those are the best candidates usually than the retreads like Frank Vogel, Doc Rivers. And that's why people that are mad about us getting a no-name coach are idiots, Iceman like Gervin. Because you got to get a no-name coach before they get hit big. That's what we did with Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse was nobody when we gave him the reins to the Raptors in 2018. And now he's somebody. That's where you got to go to get to be somebody. And that's why I'm saying Darko will be the next somebody that's created as a coach on the Raptors. And we're not changing our coach like we change our underwear because that's a really, really bad policy by NBA franchise. Trust me. Very, very, very bad. There you go. And yeah, getting somebody who doesn't have head coaching experience is risky to some people. Think it's stupid, but it's not. If you're calculated and you get the right person like a Coach Rajakovic or a Coach Fernandez. That's what I'm saying right there. The Nets could have gotten Budenholzer, but they want Jordy because they know Jordy is an up-and-coming great basketball mind that's ready for head coaching, just like Darko was. There you go, right there. Wayne saying, is Carabana in October? LeBron is here in the summer, and that's it. He doesn't like Toronto, but this is business, not lifestyle choice. He ain't thinking about Toronto. You always advise against this. Carabana's in August, and that's when he's around town. So, yeah, he's coming around Carabana time. He does come back to Toronto just in the middle of the summer. I've seen this happen. Like, I'll be watching on CB24, and they'll say LeBron James sitting at a cafe in Yorkville, and they'll show him outside with Rich Paul eating in Toronto in, like, August. So, yeah. Listen, he's from Cleveland. It's not like the weather here is going to turn him off. In some ways, it's not that he doesn't not like Toronto, but this is business, not a lifestyle choice. I don't know. In some ways, some people would argue if he came to Toronto, he would help his global brand in some extra special way because Toronto is the international team. So, I mean, there may be incentives in him to go more global by being on Toronto. In some ways, you can make that argument. David's saying just recycle the old fired coaches. Yeah, Carabana's in the summer, I believe. Yeah, that's what a lot of teams do. It's a process that's been going on a long time. Different coaches like Del Harris and George Carl and different people would just go around all different places. Mike D'Antoni, the Don Nelson, these coaches that were journeyman coaches, Lenny Wilkins. They just go from different coaches and they were kind of recycled in different places. The thing is that the NBA is changing faster than it's ever changed. Those old coaches maybe could do that, but now it's changing. And the weird thing is a coach like Doc Rivers is from the old era. He's no good now. And that they need to go and get people like Jordy and Darko because they're the fresh minds of the new era and going forward. Just like the young players are taking over like Anthony Edwards and SGA and Jamal Murray. Well, the young coaches are going to have to take over too from those old ass coaches that do it the old way. In some ways, Popovich is in trouble in some ways because he's been around the longest. And in some ways, maybe some of his stuff is not fresh enough in the world of the new coaching era. That's what I would say right there. Yeah. Mo's saying, gee, thanks for Bruce Brown in reference to the Tim Hortons. Hilarious on many levels. Posted in the group. The damn Porter brothers are crazy. There you go. Monique just spitting facts. Yeah, I like Bruce Brown that he loves Tim Hortons. That's hilarious. Yeah, and I already went off on the Porters. Let's see. Mike saying, I love to hear another side, y'all. Yeah. Is there somebody in here that wants LeBron on the Raptors? Please call me. I'm not going to go after you. Seriously. Just call me and give me your opinions on why and talk to me, baby. Talk to me on the phone. Let's go. Nameless saying there's too many beautiful women in one place at Carabana. Okay, there you go. And C4C saying a 100% Nameless. There you go. Grady found out last summer. That's right. Infamous saying, I disagree, Logic. People need to understand. Majority of fans don't buy into Skip Bayless' narrative. The casual plus no basketball fan would welcome him here. There's some fans that just love LeBron. They're blinded by the idea of it, that they won't think anything logically. They will just think, no, it's a no-brainer. It doesn't matter if the situation is presenting itself and it can be happening. We need to make it happen at all costs because they're just blinded by it's LeBron, guys. He's just the greatest of all time. If you get that chance, you have to have him on your team. I mean, it's kind of like the logic. If Michael is still playing, Michael Jordan, and he's available, you have to have him on your team. I mean, I get that kind of logic by people like that. But if it doesn't fit and it doesn't work, well, this NBA is showing that if fit is not right, you're not going to win, Phoenix Suns. And that's part of it right there. So you need to really think about the fit. And it has to be master craftsmanship by the guys who walk on the moon, your GMs, who know the realistic what is possible for the job. There you go. G's got super fan Mo. He's smiling at her, and C4C is laughing. Yeah. Let's see. Nameless saying, I have to go to Carabana with my Terminator shades on. There you go, Nameless. That'd be cool. David's laughing. Mike saying, infamous. Yeah, there are a lot of Canadian Bron fans. There are a lot. That's why LeBron says, I feel the love. Wayne saying, if we could have, woulda, coulda, shoulda, Lexicon always says we don't engage. However, it's constant content conversations. I get it. LeBron or his son will not be playing in Toronto. Maybe playing on Drake's court, not Scotiabank. I think Wayne's right. And, Wayne's just like, all right, I get it. You guys are doing woulda, coulda, shoulda today. And I'll allow it just for fun. And in some ways, it's just jokey stuff. All right, you got the Charles Oakley 34, my guy. Yeah, let's go. C4C saying, Bronny on too much pre-workout. Too much pre-workout? That's why you got a heart attack? It wasn't because of the yayo. The yayo. Yeah, that could be right. Maybe you overworked himself. I worry about this kind of stuff because of people like Len Bias. Reggie Lewis dropped dead on the court. You got to worry about this heart irregularity stuff with the NBA. It's very, very dangerous. In some ways, that he may not even be cleared to play. That's a crazy thing because of his issues with his heart. So that's another real big gamble in this whole situation. Name is saying Bronny be sniffing gunpowder. Mike saying Woj is a Spurs legacy loyalist and CAA pusher. He doesn't report certain things. Yeah, I think he's with CAA. So definitely, yeah, he's helping Leon Rose and the Knicks. And yeah, he has a affinity for the old Spurs team. That makes sense too. I from what he says. David saying, Congress, did you know that the USA congressmen and women can't be charged for insider trading? Laugh out loud, but they are the ones who oversee the regulations. Ha ha ha. And we wonder what is wrong with the world. No, yeah, the U.S. is just becoming a big, huge corruption dumpster fire. The Supreme Court is compromised. The government's compromised. If Trump has his way, he becomes king and he becomes an authoritarian. There's all kinds of stupid shit going on down there. That's why I moved to the country, David. That's why I moved to the country. Yeah, Fiercely's got the logo on blast. And David saying Shannon Sharp watches NFL games on mute, all of them. Yeah, I would do that too. David saying Jeff Bezos isn't the CEO. He has another company now. Andy Jassy is the CEO. Well, he owns the company. I know that. That's what I would say. Let's see. Let's keep going. All right, you guys aren't going to get your chances to talk on the phone if you don't call me. Wayne saying, Lexicon, the mere fact that you said that this is a fluff stream today proves it is absolutely not. Your idea of doing this stream topic today is genius to me. Well, in some ways, it is a little bit of a clickbait. I will say that. In some ways, it is a topic du jour. In some ways, there's all 30 teams are doing this topic. So why not us? We might as well look at it. In some ways, the Thursday Think Tank does become kind of a speculative stream in the summer. We may do things like draft this person or trade for this person. Remember, we did should we get DeAndre Ayton last summer because of all the mess with the Phoenix Suns. We did a stream on Rudy Gobert and actually talked about would Rudy Gobert fit on the Raptors. So this is a little bit of speculative stream, but we do this around this time of year just to fill content. But yeah, I mean, if any way, we're dissecting it from all kinds of angles and talking about it in all kinds of ways. And I'm sure that Masai and Bobby have done that, and maybe not for as long as us. They may be just like Bron and Bronny on our team. I don't know, Bobby. There could be a lot of problems with this. Yeah, I agree, Masai. Maybe we should just not even like put too much thought into this. It doesn't seem right. Yeah, I don't think the Players Association would allow this. You know, it's easy. Boom. That may be as much as they've said about it. We talked about it way more. You know, who knows? Let's see. Name is saying, I like when David is fired up and ultra aggressive. Yeah, I do too. I do too. It's just, you know, I may have to censor myself in certain ways because sometimes there are children here, apparently. Let's see. Kareem saying, whoever of LeBron's kids who had a heart attack could very well be because of drug use. But personally, I think it was from too many Taco Tuesdays. All right, you are fishing and you are getting what you want. There's your fish, 133. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Too many Taco Tuesdays, and that's why. I don't know. I don't think there's drug use in the James family. I seriously don't because like the parents are so good. They're good parents. And those kids, I think it really is maybe like a HGH or a supplement that he took that interacted with him or he worked too hard. I think that's more likely than him being on the yayo, as you guys said earlier. I think so. Yeah. David saying, I was fine until I saw LeBron's name in the middle for name in the headline for today's show. Haha, felt full tilt after that. Yeah, did you see that crazy graphic of them in Raptors jerseys on there with Emmanuel with the barbecue? Oh my gosh, it looks so crazy. Yeah, so cute. Hi to Nuggy. Yeah, Nuggy's cool. Nuggy's cool. David saying, Nuggy, I didn't know you were 6 years old. My bad. What time do you go to school? I'll save the F-bombs until after that. It's all good. In some ways, I know Nuggy's parents are progressive parents. In some ways, they may not want to totally shelter him, but he's probably very much knows which words are naughty and not nice to say. So I don't know. This is very much marked not for children, this channel, and it's not marketed to children. But what can I do when my own family members are coming in here and saying hi themselves? But I love that Nassim's here. You are definitely welcome here anytime, Nassim. And just understand that this is a bit of an adult channel, and we will be talking about adult things. But I'm sure he loves that in some ways. And my cousin Rachel, she's very open-minded and sweet and understanding too. It may be that he may learn some stuff on here that she's happy he learned on here. But yeah, the F-bombs, if they're not necessary, it's just funny the whole dichotomy between David cussing and Nassim being here too. It's kind of funny. Yeah. Hilarious, Fiercey, for sure. Yeah. But if you knew the story, Nuggy, you would agree. You know, Nuggy may know more about the Raptors than we understand, guys. Monique is saying a meh stream. She's saying it's a mess stream. She's only saying that because of this subject matter. I know it's not because of us. Good overall. Keep at it always. Good times approaching. Go Raptors for life. Raptor Freak Crew strong. That's right. Thank you, Monique, for the cutoff. And yeah, I'll be getting done soon. I've got to get going and go do some laundry. Fiercely saying LeBron triggered David. Yeah, I can see that. David's saying, yeah, sorry, hit a soft spot. LeBron James. All right, I'm over. He ain't coming. That's all I know. I don't think he's coming here. Dana's saying, sorry, I'm late. Hi, everyone. LeBron and Bronny get the salute. There you go. Dana, call me. There's still time. I have room for 2 more calls. Anybody who calls me right now, the number is in the community tab for members on this channel and also in the Facebook chat. So anybody can call me right now. I need 2 more phone calls before we're done. If I don't get them, I don't get them. I'll just go off the air. It is what it is. Mike was very good earlier when he called in, and I'll take that call for sure. But yeah, Dana, call me if you want. You can call me and tell me why you want to give that salute to them. Mike's saying the Spurs front office, Sean Marks, etc. Woj didn't report about KD wanting him and Nash fired. And that's when it was pointed out to me the trend of not reporting certain things. Yeah, okay, so you can see where he's kind of not putting more of a megaphone on certain subjects from his platform. Interesting. Braun doesn't like Woj, so misinformation is fed to Woj by Clutch, and that's part of it. The Miami versus Spurs thing started it. Okay, that's very interesting. And Carlos saying, late in the stream, if somehow LeBron lands here, what a timeline we live in. Carlo, call me. My phone number is in the chat. I'd love to hear from your voice today, and you tell me about how you feel about LeBron in Toronto. Just be honest about it. Honestly, we want to look at it from all angles. In some ways, I want to hear somebody who's pro for the idea and just kind of sell me on it. And you know what? I will not argue with you. I just want to hear the difference of opinions. It's not too late to call in, Infamous. If you want to get on, go to the community chat and call me right now. I'll put you on the air right now. It is not too late to call. So yeah, call in, bro. If you're thinking about it, just do it. You just got to go to the community tab. You're a member, so you can see the number. Just look for Masai's face on the phone, and the phone number is there. You can call me right now. Yeah, I'd love to get one more call in before I finish up. I've got about just over 20 minutes left before 2 hours, and 2 hours is the allotted time. And then I have to go. I got to go after that. So 77% of y'all are saying no to LeBron and Bronny on the Raptors, and 23% are saying yes. So there is a little bit of that. All right, we'll start. Okay, here we go. We're going to get this phone call. This will be fun. All right, guys. I'll let you say who this is on your own.
Good morning, Raptors freak.
Good morning to you, sir. This is.
I'm a big proponent of the idea of LeBron James coming to Toronto.
Okay.
I think it would be really good for the fans. I think the ticket prices would get doubled.
Ooh.
I think we could spend 40 minutes a night watching people shoot free throws.
No.
It's riveting. It's really riveting watching them, Joel's and the LeBrons, just, half an hour of free throws. Isn't it? It's so exciting, isn't it?
Wow, you're really painting a great picture. You're really selling this to me, David Saborin, calling me.
I was waiting to not call because I couldn't be the one that's in support of LeBron coming here, but I thought I would see if I could sneak it by you, but it didn't work.
I like that you tried to do it sarcastically, and you still made a really bad case for why it should happen. You were trying to do it, but you still were like, yeah, I love to watch free throws all day. Yeah, that's awesome, David. Well, I'm glad to hear your voice once again today. I appreciate you bailing me out because I don't know why I want to get the quota of calls, and I really do appreciate you calling me, man. So how are you doing today?
I'm good. It's nice. We finally have some sunshine in Toronto.
Yeah, it's very nice out there. I wish I didn't have to do a couple things I got to do inside, that I would be out in the yard. I've continued my war with buckthorn. I spent a lot of the day yesterday tearing it out of the ground by the roots. It's still annoying, but it is what it is.
I had a thought the other day. Actually, this is unrelated to the LeBron thing, but it does have to do with our franchise.
Okay.
I think that somehow the Raptors are going to separate themselves from MLSE. I think that Larry Tannenbaum and wherever Teresa Resch is right now, whatever their plan is with the WNBA.
Kilmer Group.
Gilmore Group. I have a very strong feeling that Gilmore Group and
Kilmer.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have a
feeling that we might somehow find a way to, like, I don't know, merge with them and just have one.
I hope so.
Location where both teams play. I think that would be awesome.
I would love that. I mean, in some ways, I get it. Keith Pelly is the new head of MLSE. He's going to be running things. We'll have to see how that changes things. I don't know what's going to happen with ownership with MLSE down the road. In some ways, it may be more security, just being away from everything with the Maple Leafs and being in the Kilmer group with Larry and the WNBA team. I would love that. I don't know if it's possible, though, because Bell and Rogers really got that cash cow. The Raptors are a cash cow. And I wish this would happen, though, what you're describing, though.
Well, it's kind of interesting because you say that these telecommunication companies are cash cows, and they kind of are right now. But what happens when what you were talking about earlier with the streaming rights for all of these professional sports, they're no longer going to be broadcasting any of this stuff, and that's a big major part of their bankroll at the moment. So is Rogers going to be around in 10 years?
I think that in some ways these telecommunication giants like Bell and Rogers are pivoting towards streaming because they really understand that in some ways the old way people got their entertainment is dying, and that cable and certain things is kind of, they have to switch. So in some ways, they're trying to beef up their websites and their content on there where people can come on demand and just click on stuff over the actual cable channels that run 24/7 on your cable package. So it's like the industry's changing. And like Netflix and Amazon Prime buying up stuff like this is going to make how we get our NBA games change, I'll bet, over time. Watch. So I have no idea if it's going to be a good or a bad thing. I'm sure it will be a bad thing in certain ways, but who knows? Maybe there will be some hidden good stuff about it too. Either way, I'm always against monopolies. I'm always against consolidating and, that kind of stuff. And Amazon is the epitome of consolidation in a monopoly. So
is Rogers and Bell. It's all governed by the CRTC,
yeah,
which is just a government organization who is just a legal monopoly.
Yeah.
By the government. So Amazon's no worse than a Rogers Canada, in my opinion.
Well,
in fact, they're better. At least the FTC investigates Amazon like on a weekly basis.
Well, that may be true. In some ways, I say the animal we already deal with up here, we know, but that could be a whole other new animal, Amazon, in different ways that we don't understand how it could be worse in certain ways. So I don't know. In some ways, we're just going to have to see how it shakes out. At least we understand the animal that Bell and Rogers is. That's what I'm saying. In some ways, we don't know what it would be like if it's totally like that. But either way, David, I really appreciate you calling today, man. And I'm going to be excited to get you come out here, man. Well, I'll try. I might try and call somebody else on the phone for a second if nobody else is going to call me. Infamous, you can call me if you want. He's saying, no, I'm going to have to call in another time. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, get Morgan to call me right now if you can. That'd be fun. Is she in the States?
No, she's here with me.
Oh, she's here with you. Yeah, just get her to call on another phone if you want. That'd be fun. All right, cool. All right, thanks, David. I love you, man, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, guy? You
too, bud.
All right, later, man. All right, cool. Awesome. Very cool. All right, yeah, that's a little bit different. Talking about the telecommunication giants and holding the licenses for broadcasting the NBA and stuff like that. Dana's laughing. No worries. Mo's saying, hey, Lex, you'll get an update soon from me late May. Going to check the restaurant soon. All right, awesome. Yeah, go down there and check it out. Scope it out yourself. And before the event, it's going to be fantastic. Monique's birthday, June the 8th at the NBA restaurant in downtown Toronto at the Queen's Key. We're celebrating her birthday on June the 8th. So if you can come down there, it's a Raptor Freak meet and greet, hang out. I'll be there. David, who was just on the phone, said he's coming, and we'll be there for Monique's birthday. So y'all come down too and save the date, June the 8th. That's right. All right, let's see. I think there was something else I want to talk about. All right, here we go. Here's the next call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hi, I just wanted to order a large thin crust pepperoni pizza.
Okay. Would you like cheese on it? Okay, and what's the address?
It's 11 Greenway Boulevard, New York, New York. My name is Mel Bester.
Okay, Mel Bester, we'll get that pizza right away to you. All right. Who is this bot? Is this bot? All right, I'm gonna go. What is that? What was that? Oh my gosh. All right, Mike's laughing and David's laughing too. That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. All right, guys. All right, let's just wrap it up. Let's get out of here. Once again, guys, we have a WNBA team. And if you want to join and play, we still have spots in the team. David, are you in there with us yet? No, I don't think you are. So I'm gonna put this in the chat right now. This is the link to join the WNBA Fantasy League. If you guys want to play, that's the link. Join and set up your team. The draft will be a week from this Sunday. We'll do it live on this channel while the regular stream time. So, yeah, definitely check that out. Let's see. What else? Oh, yeah, relive the championship year 5 years ago through my Instagram show. It's in the community tab. There's another episode posted this morning from Thursday, May the 2nd, 2019, in the middle of the Sixers Raptors 7-game series where Kawhi hit the shot. You want to see what I was saying at that time 5 years ago? Go check out the community tab. There you go. Yeah, the race to get Bronny is here, and all the Bronny fans are wanting him to come to Toronto so LeBron will play for the Raptors. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. I see all these tweets that people are saying, just come and play for the Raptors. All of that, they really want that. And I don't know if it's realistic or smart. Last night, the Celtics beat the Heat and put them out, and the Mavericks beat the Clippers in a pivotal Game 5. We got matchups tonight with the Pacers and the Bucks and the Knicks and the Sixers. So that will be the next games tonight. So check them out tonight. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching me today. I'll be back tomorrow for the Friday Freakout. We'll be talking about the speaker fire that happened in the Raptors arena a couple years ago and what's going on with that. Thanks for doing the poll today. Looks like the final poll results are 78% of you think that Masai should not get Bronny and the James gang to come to Toronto. They're ending the poll right now. 22% said yes. All right. Thanks for watching me today. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll be back tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. I appreciate everybody. And let's go Raptors without LeBron James. I think that's the best option from what we talked about. Sure, there are some pluses to having LeBron around your team, but will they outweigh the negatives? I don't think they will. So I think it's a no-go. I think that's where we're at. There you go. Where's your pizza? Race mode? What? Are you Mel Bester? All right, let's go Raptors. Let's go Raptors.